Today, I want to tell you about a man who didn't just write country music. He left behind a legacy that is both powerful and complicated. For many fans, David Allan Coe was more than just a singer. He was a symbol of raw truth, rebellion, and a lifestyle that didn't follow rules. But for others, his story is not so simple. When he passed away at the age of 86, the music world felt a strange silence. Some people saw him as a legend, while others still called him an outlaw. And maybe, in a way, he was both. One of the people who remembered him deeply was Kid Rock. He described Coe as a deep thinker, someone who was as real as an outlaw can get. Their relationship went back more than 20 years, and Coe even wrote the closing track for Kid Rock's 2003 album. But it was more than just music. It was respect, experience, and shared understanding between two artists from different generations. But David Allan Coe's influence didn't stop there. In 1974, Tanya Tucker released a song written by him called "Would You Lay With Me in a Field of Stone," and it quickly became a #1 hit. It also became one of the defining songs of her career. Then came "Take This Job and Shove It," recorded by Johnny Paycheck in 1977. That song became an anthem, a statement of frustration for working people everywhere. Coe later recorded his own version, but it never reached the same level of success. And then there is Tennessee Whiskey. David Allan Coe was the first to record it, but it didn't become a hit at the time. Years later, George Jones turned it into a classic in 1983, and decades after that, Chris Stapleton brought it back to life and made it a global sensation. This is where Coe's story becomes bittersweet. He wrote songs that lived far beyond him, but often, the world recognized them more when others performed them. That's the strange reality of his legacy. He was not always the face of his success, but he was the heart behind it. David Allan Coe lived outside the rules, and so did his music. He was not perfect, not polished, and not easy to define, but he was real. And maybe that's why Kid Rock's words hit so strongly, as real as an outlaw can get. Because in the end, David Allan Coe wasn't just part of country music history. He helped shape it in ways people are still discovering today.